94, you're going to learn to play number 155 in your book. So open up to page number 37. Okay, there's a lot of C string. So a couple things we need how this song actually works though, okay? So string notes that you have, you talk about the order of this, okay? So sometimes a composer most of a song, but not all of it. And in that case, they use a little phrase that says di al fine. Your page right here, right above the last line. And it says D, C, that stands for da capo, D-A-C-A-P, till fine, it looks like fine, but you actually pronounce it fine, means the finish, the head until the finish. So translation, but that's clearly doesn't make necessarily a whole lot of sense, but you can probably figure it out. The head means go back to the beginning, the head, the top, the beginning, until you see here's how this song is going to work. You're going to start at the beginning, you play the first line, you play all of the second line, and then you go back to the beginning, and you play, 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 and stop right there. Do you see how that has the final bar line? This is not a final bar line. That's not where the song ends. It actually ends there. But it only ends there after you've played all that. So look again, you go like this. Here, here, back to the beginning, and then stop. Okay? The DC tells us to go back to the beginning. Da capo, the head. The fine tells us to stop where it says fine. Okay? So, now, with that said, there's a lot of C string notes in this one. A whole lot of C string notes. So what we're going to do is you're going to echo me playing a couple of measures at a time, and then we're going to shut it off from the beginning, okay? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to play look at the first measure. People look at that and they freak out, but look at it. C, D, E, F, G. That's all it is, just up the C major scale. Play measure 1 only. Echo me, measure 1. With the slurs. And go. C, D, E, F, open G, open G. Now, jump to measure 3. Play measure 3. And go. C, D, E, F, G, G. Easy. Now skip a measure and go to measure 5. Same thing. And go. C, D, E, F, G, G. Now go back to measure 2. Go back to measure 2. This part gets people sometimes. A, C, A, then open G. Okay? Sometimes people will not play the A as a quarter note either. That's another mistake people make. Play measure 2, echo me. A, C, A, G, and go. A, C, A, G. Try it again. Measure 2. And go. A, C, A, G. Now, I want you to notice that measure you just played actually happens 4 times in the song. Well, clearly it happens in measure 2. Now look at the end of the first line. It's there again. Okay, now look at the second line. Measure 1, 2, 3, 4, and the second line, last measure. It's the same thing, all right? There's one other place that's kind of tricky. Second line, measure 2. This is the one that gets a lot of people. So look at your notes first. Just do the left hand. D, E, F, D, C. Try that with me. Just the left hand. Second line, measure 2. 1, 3, 4, 1, open. Do it again. D, E, F, D, C. Now play that. Second line, measure 2. And go. D, E, F, D, rest. Okay? Now play measure 1 and do the song. I'm doing this in a weird order, but just trust me on this. Measure 1 and 2, echo me. G, G, A, C, A, G. Okay, now do second line measure 3 and 4. Echo me, second line measure 3 and 4. And go. C, 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 G, A, C, A, G. Now, although it seems using strings to do this, I want you to shadow bow from the beginning with me. Okay, and then we'll play it together. Okay, shadow bow from the beginning. Remember, you do the first line, second line, go back to the beginning, do the first line, and then the first two measure the second line, and then you're done. Okay, shadow bow, 1, 2, shadow bow. Second line. And lift, go on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. We're going back to the beginning now. D, C, beginning, beginning. If you're lost, here's the second line. Okay, so what I would suggest you do now is pause the video, practice, try to do it on your own. Okay, if you were in a live classroom setting with me, what I would do is after teaching this way, I would have the class practice for probably a minute or two on their own, and then we would try it again. Okay, let's see what happens. So pause the video, practice on your own for a couple minutes, and then join me again when you think you're ready. If you need 5 minutes, fine, you need 5 minutes. The speed I'm going is about 60. Okay, so if you want to practice at 60, practice 60. Here we go. Here's the beginning, and 1, 2, ready, go. Here's the second line. 3, take, rest. 3, take, 4, take. 3, take, back to the beginning. And second line. 3, take off. Okay, so if you did well, great. If you didn't, I would suggest practicing it a bit more. Practice till you don't have any stops. And then you can find that spot in the video where I played at the end, and then try it again with me. Practice till you can't miss.